Ahoy there, I'm Captain Chris. I'm not a real captain, but I'm here to tell you about our cruise on P&O's newest and biggest ship, Arvia. And I hope you'll find this information interesting or useful if you've booked a cruise on Arvia that's coming up anytime soon. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and hacks on finding your way around while you're on board. And I've got one sneaky one coming up at the end that I'm sure you'll find useful, so stay tuned for that. Now, Arvia isn't just a big ship, it's massive, absolutely enormous, and it can take all of the duration of your holiday to get familiar with finding your way around. In fact, it's easy to take a wrong turn and get yourself lost, and you're usually just getting the hang of it when your holiday ends and it's time for you to go home. But help is at hand, and the first thing you'll find in your cabin on the first day you arrive is one of these pocket maps. This shows you where all the onboard facilities are, what deck they're on, whether they're at the front or the back of the ship, and it's your best friend when you're out and about. You only get one of these in your cabin, but you can get more from reception, so each member of your party can have one, or you can replace one if it gets lost. And it has a useful little pocket inside for you to put your key card. When you're moving around the ship, you'll find signs in many places that simply point the way to your destination. It's surprising how easy it is to simply lose track of whether you're walking towards the front of the ship or the back. So these signs will keep you heading in the right direction. As well as the basic finger post signs, Arvia also has these clever interactive signs that you select your deck and destination, and the sign shows you exactly how to get there. They're really clever. Some of the signs have a shaded area on a diagram of the ship, which shows you which part of the ship you're currently in, and signs will also tell you whether you're on the port side or starboard, which will help you when you're trying to find your way back to your cabin. Now, ships do love to use these seafaring terms for their different parts to describe where you are. Port and starboard for left and right, fore and aft for front and back. But here's a really useful way to remember it. The even numbered cabins are on the left side of the ship, and the words even, left and port all have 4 letters. So those 3 words go together. The cabins are numbered from the front to the back, so cabin number 10102 will be on deck 10 at the front, and as it's an even number will be on the port side. Then as the cabin numbers get higher, you move back along the ship. The corridors on these huge cruise ships can seem to go on and on forever, and there are 3 sets of lifts and stairs for you to choose. So sometimes you take the lift to the floor that your cabin's on, only to find that you've got the endless trudge of doom to do before you reach your room. So here's a great tip to remember which lift lobby or staircase to use to end up as near as possible to your cabin. The lifts and stairs are colour coded. The ones at the front of the ship are in greens and blues, the ones in the middle are in silver and white, and the ones at the back are in red. Maybe you could think of that as the blues and greens of the sea in front of you, silvery moon in the middle of the sky above, and the red setting sun behind. But all you really need to do is when you leave your cabin for the first time, just remember the colours at the nearest lift lobby and stairs, and then always try to use that colour when you're heading back. When you are marching along these almost infinite corridors, you'll see artwork of the sunrise when you're heading towards the front of the ship and the sun setting when you're heading towards the back. If all else fails, there are telephones dotted all around the ship, and dialing your cabin number will get you through to your cabin, where hopefully there'll be someone who can come and rescue you. On port days, you'll be able to disembark the ship via a gangway, but the gangways aren't always in the same place. One day the gangway might be on deck 6, but at the next port it might be on deck 3. No matter. All you need to do is get in the lift and press the star button, and this will deliver you to the correct deck for that day. Isn't that clever? Don't forget that you can learn about the ports you'll be visiting and print off a map before you leave home. There are a few websites you can find for this, but a couple that we used are P&O Cruises Guides and What's in Port, and their web addresses are on the screen now. Finally, before I tell you the sneaky extra tip that I promised you, Could I please ask, if you found this video at all useful or interesting, to please hit the subscribe button and allow notifications. Subscribing doesn't cost you anything, but it does mean that you'll know when I post another video, and it helps this channel to grow, so please subscribe. Thank you. Now, this last tip is to help you find your way around your own cabin when it's dark. Imagine everyone's asleep, but you need a nighttime visit to the bathroom without waking your partner up or falling over a chair. Next to your bed are a set of light switches, one of which has a small indented circle on it. This will turn on a night light, giving you enough light to find your way safely without being so bright as to wake up those who are sound asleep. Well, that's all for this video. Why not check out one of my other ones next? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.